Hello everyone, and welcome back to day 3. Today we're going to focus on pelvic floor and glutes, because I don't know about you, but I am feeling a little sore through the core and my arms. What I forgot to mention in day 1 and 2 is if you want to take a picture of your posture now, it'd be really cool to see what your posture is now versus day 14, and then also what your mobility is like. So maybe if you want to just take a video of your twists, your turns, your hinges, and then what your stack looks like postural wise, that's a good indicator of whether or not this works. We are going to start lying down, and this will be our last day fully lying down before we start to amp it up. So coming onto your back, always getting used to just allowing the spine to soften. So taking a few shakes, circles through the shoulders. Breathing into the ribs. Allowing the ribs to try to reach wide into the back of the mat. Breathing into the belly. Giving our organs some room. And then breathing into the pelvis. Bringing in that 360 breath from the ribs to the stomach to the pelvis. And we're just going to start with some pelvic floor tilts. So as you inhale, breathe into the pelvis. Think about that breath widening your pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, gently draw the pelvic floor in towards you and the low back onto the mat. Again, we're just focusing on lengthening the spine, so we're not picking those glutes up. And rather just allowing our pelvis to release and relax. Can you try to more thoughtfully think about lengthening your low back and your spine while keeping those ribs heavy on the mat? Coming back to center. We're going to go all the way up into a bridge now. If you have a low back injury, just take a thrust. Otherwise, as you inhale, you're just going to take a deep breath into the pelvis, allow the spine to relax. And then as you exhale, walk the spine all the way up to the top. Inhale a deep breath. Walk it down on your exhale. Again, not allowing the glutes to drop until you cannot roll down anymore. So we're moving thoughtfully and slow with our breath, taking a deep inhale and allowing the hips to pull off of the ribs, keeping your ribs in the same plane as your pelvis. So you don't want them so high up like in yoga. You want to keep them on the same level, if not a little lower, and then walk it down. Just being mindful. Rounding those shoulders back and away from you. So you can take each inhale as a monitor to where your hips and your spine and your ribs are. So we're fully relaxing. Exhale, walking the spine up. Inhale, taking this breath to check in on our body. And then exhale, rolling down. On this next one, coming all the way up, holding it here, round your shoulders back and away from you. Get a little heavy through the
heel of the palms and the triceps. As you inhale, we're going to drop the right glute onto the mat. Exhale, press into your right big toe, right heel, pick it up. Inhale, drop the left. Now as you come up, I want you to focus on where your pelvis is. Find that level playing field and make sure the ribs don't brace. We're going to go one more on the left. Perfect. Holding it up here, rounding your shoulders back and away from you, softening your ribs, and then pulling your head off of your chest. Find that activation through the back of the body. As you inhale, butterfly your knees open. Exhale gently and slowly come back in. So again, we're taking this time to move thoughtfully and connect with ourselves, to give our body presence. Not to move with the speed of life. One more time. And now as you inhale, drop your hips flat onto the mat. Take a second and then exhale, thrust up. Think about widening through the back of the hips, through the base of the skull, and through the back of the shoulders. Creating space through the body. On this next one, hold it up. Start to feel the heat. If your hamstrings are cramping, you really need to focus on pressing through your palms, okay? Palms and wrists, not just your fingers. Now, your right heel, right big toe is gonna press into the mat, and your left toe is gonna come up into a tippy toe. I want most of the weight in your right glute, right heel. Inhale, drop. Exhale, press into that heel and that big toe up. Only coming up as high as you can without getting into your low back. For 3. And then on this next one, come all the way down, straighten that left leg out and just stretch out your right hamstring. Nice. Bend that right foot onto the mat, left heel, left big toe plants into the ground. Round your shoulders back and away from you. Soften your ribs, and then come onto your right tippy toes. Exhale, press through that left big toe, left heel. Inhale, softly fold. Good. One more. Coming all the way down, straighten your right leg out. Kick your left leg up to the sky. Stretch out that hamstring. You can point and flex your toes. Your body will tell you what it needs. Just listen to it. All right, we are going to turn over to our left side, and you're going to come to lie on the mat. But I want your hand or your left arm to come under as a pillow, and your knees are going to hug into you at around a 90. So I don't want you to come up like this, and we're going to talk about why. When you come up like this, do you see how my spine comes into a C curve? My neck is cranked, and not only is this not the best position for your spine, but also you're shutting off your core and a little bit of your pelvic floor. So when you come to lie down like this, you have the opportunity to lift the left rib off of the mat, which is what I want you to do, and then try to pull your right hip as far away from you. So you can see I have this nice big circle here. I'm not overextending it. I'm just coming to where my spine naturally sits and falls. Your right hand is going to come onto your right sits bone. So you're going to dig your hand into your glute to find the bone. Now I want you to turn your right hip a little bit in towards the mat and then soften your rib cage so it's not popping. Heels stay together. As you inhale, that bone where your hand is going to externally rotate and then come down. So in this position, my core is working, my pelvic floor is working. Good, and I'm only coming up about 3 or 4 inches because when you come up higher, I lose my stability through my spine and I actually lose my glute and go into my quad. So it's just a small movement. For 3, keeping it coming from your hand, from your back of your glute. And then on this next one, I want you to hold the knee up and bring the heel in line. So we're at a 90. The heel is going to stay floating, but your bone now, where your hand is going to internally rotate so your knees come together and then back to parallel. For 5, 4, check into your ribs and your low back. We're going slow, we're connecting to the body. Now we're going to go knee to knee, heel to heel. Again, I'm going low and slow. I'm not allowing my pelvic floor to open. For 5, good job. And then on this next one, coming down, taking a second, give yourself a little tap, a little love, bring some circulation back in. That right leg's gonna go straight out. So again, I'm not collapsing. It's almost like I wanna push my heel to lengthen my hip socket here. If you need to use your right hand onto the mat to keep you up so your core and your pelvic floor are in alignment, you can. I just want you to circle that hip. So the leg is moving because my hip socket is circling. 3. Switch directions. Your glute should be on fire. 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Turn your toe in. So we're on an internal rotation of that glute. Tap your toe to the mat and then just pick it up in alignment with your hip. Down, up. Good. For 5, 4. Good job. And 1. Nice. Now we're going to bend the knee in. Bring it down. Take a second. Come to lie on your back. Figure 4 stretch. Ooh, if you can get it up, you can, but I cannot. That is tight. Take a couple seconds in a regular figure 4. And then rock your legs side to side to bring some more stretch through your lower back and the side of the glute. Good. Okay, let's roll on over to our left or our right side. I'm really good with my sides and my cues. Okay, so bringing that right hand underneath and then taking a few seconds to find your stack. So bending your knees in, inviting the ribs in. Your right rib is off of the mat And then lengthening that left hip away from you so you're not collapsing. Finding that spinal alignment. Heels stay together, and then turn your left hip a little bit in towards the mat as your left hand digs into your glute to find that bone. Exhale, open. My range of motion on this side is not as big because I'm human. Now again, I'm a rib bracer, so when things get hard, my ribs want to pop and take over. So just be cautious. Where do you clench? Where do you brace? For two. So shaky. Which means we're working the right muscles. Hold it up. Good. Knee is in line with ankle, ankle's in line with knee. Inhale to rotate. Exhale back up. And just checking into the body as we move. Where are my ribs? What's my chest doing? And is my breath holding? One more. Heel to heel, knee to knee. My pelvis isn't shifting, it's staying a little bit rotated towards the mat. And the purpose of this is that it shuts off your side of your leg, your IT band, your TFL. A lot of us are quad dominant. One more. Shaky, shaky. Come down. Kicking that leg straight out. Good. Find that length through the side body and then circle it. Switch directions. We're going for two. Holding it out. Turn your toes in. Drop it into the mat. Pick it back up. Core is strong. Ribs are soft. Three. And one. Coming all the way in. Come to lie down. Figure four stretch. And then give it a few rocks side to side. Okay, we're gonna roll over on to our front body, but we're coming down onto our forearms. Now, when I'm in this forearm position, I wanna find my stack. So I'm lengthening and strengthening my spine. My elbows are under my forearms. And then I wanna press my forearms into the mat and then away from one another. So you feel an opening through the chest. Invite your ribs in towards you and then lengthen your neck. Your right heel is gonna kick up to the ceiling, knee is bent, back in. Four, keep your core and your spine long. On this next one, hold it up. So you're gonna hold it up and then check into your low back and your pelvic floor from yesterday, same idea. And then your top of your glute, just like we did yesterday, is gonna pulse. So rather than thinking the foot is pulsing, it's like you're stamping the heel, but you're pulsing from the top of the glute. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, circle it around, in and back out. So little circles, keeping your pelvis still, just circling from that right hip. It's mobility and strength, opposite direction, in, out, and around. We're working your core, we're working your pelvic floor to stabilize, and then your arms are working to not collapse your chest to the mat. For 2, and 1. Coming down. Take a second if you need to drop into child's pose, if you need to shake out your shoulders, take that time, shake out your neck, come up, reset, dig the forearms into the mat, pull them apart, flex the left toe, stamp. Good. You're gonna notice maybe one side is more stable than the other. Maybe it feels like I didn't do as many reps on one side. And that could be true, but you could also just be a lot stronger through one side. So just reminding yourself, I like to do the same thing. I like to go fast, especially as I talk, taking the time to connect to your breath and the movement. One more, we're gonna hold it up. Good. Strengthen your spine, find your ribs and your core, and then pulse from the top of the glute. Good. Don't go so high that the low back activates. Keep your core strong. 4, 3, 2, 1. Around and in. We're mobilizing the joint that we just tightened, but we're also working the core and the pelvic floor. Switch directions, in, around. Good, check your neck, check your core. Don't use this as an opportunity to fling your body. One more. Good job, everyone. Come to seated. Face me. You're gonna bend your knees in. Your hands are gonna come onto the top of the knees. Your chest is open, sit tall. As you exhale, press your hands into your knees into your hands, open up your hips. And then inhale, relax and come up. Exhale, press, 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 create pressure. We're opening the chest, we're opening the hips. Inhale, release. Two more. Releasing all that tension. Last one. Awesome. Really good job. I will see you back tomorrow for some arms and core.